Lovely to see everyone here today. This is just a temperature check. As you can see, I'm in a comfortable chair today, and like my other chair is a little uncomfortable. So good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. I don't like to wait too long for people to get in. They can come back and catch it on the replay. Um, I'm just going to talk about what I see so far. Um, One thing I can say is this fast is definitely shalom, shalom. This fast is definitely just as hard as the last one. The 22-day fast is just as hard as the 40-day fast. This fast is hard, and I know that we have some people who are on the day shift. I'm on the night shift, and the craziest thing about fasting at night is shalom, shalom. You wouldn't really expect to think, like, I thought, okay, I'm fasting at night. I'm not going to just randomly, like, get hungry because I'll be asleep most of the time. The other day, I woke up out my sleep and my stomach was growling. And I know I had ate before the sun went down. So I was like, what exactly is this? Like, how do you wake me up out of my sleep with my stomach growling? It was like 4 in the morning, so it's still pretty far from the start of the day when Oriole is gonna come up. So it was really yeah. I never wake up in the middle of the night hungry. I just never experienced nothing like that. So it was really really strange, and I was like this is definitely, I guess this is like a spiritual attack, but it was really weird. So I started doing my meditations or whatever, and it kind of went away, but it was just so strange because I never woke up out my sleep like hungry. Like, I could hear my stomach growling. I was like, man, that thing is crazy. I know that I ate before the sun went down. What is going on? So, that is to say, whether you fast sun up to sundown or sundown to sun up, some kind of way, and that your flesh is going to try and get you to break your commitment. So I'm not definitely not saying that this eating fasting sundown to sunup is any easier than fasting from sunup to sundown. It is not. It is not that I really thought it was going to be easier, but I definitely wasn't expecting to be waking up out my sleep thinking I need to get like a cheeseburger or something. That's really over the top, I think. So so hopefully but what I have noticed is that as far as spiritual attacks concerned, they definitely don't seem to be as aggressive as like my first fast. Um and I definitely also noticed that things are coming a lot faster. And I also think that has to do with the fact that we are kind of getting more tied into the timeline, to the celestial clock, the celestial chronometer. Yeah, the Daniel fast was really hard, and this is that was a big battle we fought. So really, we, I mean, upon reflection, that particular fast at that particular time is what really shalom sis got us to this point where we are now, because I almost feel like the spirit world had basically given up on us. Because you know I wouldn't say basically giving up on us, but it was we were really down to our last leg, with these different spirits, because you know we've just been moving so slow as far as waking up and finding out this stuff, and then you know learning about the mother and all of that. As a quote unquote nation, we've been very very slow to that, and I think the spirits was just kind of like exhausted with us because they were pushing and pushing and pushing, and we were just really not catching on. And that whole 22-day fast really let our people on the other side know that we were really serious about doing the will of the mother and the father. We were not, just, it wasn't just, you know talk. It was really like we were really saying that we understand that there's a part that we need to play, and we were stepping up and saying we were willing to play that part. And that it seems to have put us on a different timeline, because things have been moving fast, but as far as the timeline is issues are concerned, it seems like after we did that fast, it was kind of like almost like a confession of faith, type of feel to it, because then things started to switch and we started to get more information, faster and faster and faster. And so now the information that we have is like every bit of it is shocking. Yeah, we gave our all, and we have been, we are, will continue to be rewarded for that. I mean, that was a really, really bold move. So I think I'm definitely going to be looking for that. And then also the timing of it. It's one thing to time a fast, and it just so happened to be that a particular celestial event is happening, but to look at the celestial chessboard and say, okay, Saturn is going direct. We need to support that energy, that direct energy. That's a totally different thing, because that's acknowledging the role that that energy plays in our lives. And as a result, you know, the Most High always tells us, if we take a step, He'll take 10. That was like a huge step, because nobody. I don't know if anybody really ever like said they're gonna. I mean, not our people. Like there, when I look on Twitter, there are lots of people who are doing fasts and stuff like that based on the sun, based on the moon, based on a bunch of stuff. But as far as like our people, like our nation. I don't think people were like saying, oh, we're going to start this fast because of this day based on this celestial alignment. It just, we got the information and it just so happened to be X, Y, and Z. And then it being Saturn, that is like a double, triple effect, because Saturn is the maternal energies, also the black judge energy. We're in Saturn energy right now. So also what we did during that fast, it's like a 4 month delay, because we're starting to see the effects of that. So what are some of the effects of that we're seeing now that will be continuing on? So one of the things that I see is that the black hidden eye, whoever those people are, they are really, really getting knocked over. I mean, their Grammy Awards was like trash. I didn't watch any of it, but I saw that they did a dedication or something like that to hip hop, and they included exactly zero Southern rappers. And I was just like, you mean to tell me 50 years ago there were no Southern rappers? I don't believe that. I mean, for everything, yeah, for everything that we know about rap music that's been around since the days of the Vikings, you mean to tell me 50 years ago there was no Southern rappers? I mean, come on now. Like, who is going to believe that? Nobody is going to believe that, What's wrong with these people? And I saw LL, and I saw a picture of LL, and I saw a picture of Method Man. They look like they got too much estrogen, man. Like, no offense to people who like them, I guess, but they need to like probably double up on their testosterone, or maybe it was just too much makeup, or LL looked like a woman. I mean, he looked really, really feminine. And so I was like, not that he didn't look super feminine before, but he looked more feminine than usual. So I was like, wow, this man is kind of like, this is bad. And this is like the hidden eye. Like, they love to come out and show off their people and stuff like that. And people was laughing at these. I mean, whoever was watching, because from what I could tell on Twitter, there wasn't even a lot of people watching, not as many as usual. These people was laughing at them. They was getting laughed out. And so I was like, wow, that was a really big hit for them. And all of their little, the stuff that the elite blacks normally just, kind of get a pass on, get away with. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I mean, even this whole Tyree Nichols thing's right. Like, people are paying attention to it, but you do have people asking, like, what is up with this? It's weird, like, people are asking questions. They're not just like going along with it like everything is. Ben Affleck is married to a Latina. He had a I heard I saw the description of it. He was talking with some kind of Mexican accent, and then he got Madonna. I posted a picture of it. Madonna looked like Lil Kim. I said, well, I mean, post-op Lil Kim, not pre-op, because that would be really weird. Her face structure, she looked like Lil Kim. I said, well, why would you get surgery to look like a black woman with surgery? Like, I just don't even understand, like, what they're doing. Yeah, I was like, I'm not watching it. Nobody really, people didn't watch it. People didn't watch it, even with that whatever hip hop thing. I had heard it was supposed to be 23 minutes and they were going to have some of NWA and all of that. And they cut it down to 14 minutes and they cut out all the West Coast rappers and whoever else they was planning on bringing in. They had cut all those people out. So I was like, wow, like, what is going on with this? Boy, they can't catch a break. So the Hidden Eye, and okay, so here's another triumph of the Hidden Eye. This is their triumph, right? They got two black quarterbacks at the Super Bowl. That's their triumph. And Rihanna, they're scraping the absolute bottom of the barrel to get a win. That is and whoever this guy is, what is it, the quarterback for, I don't know which team, but everybody's like, oh, he's so cute and this and that. I'm like, this I don't know. I can see right through these, especially athletes. So Jalen Hurts, that's what his name. Jalen Hurts. Um, uh, I don't see it. I don't get it. I guess I don't know. So their major accomplishment: two black quarterbacks. That's their accomplishment. Meanwhile, you have Perry Stone out here. He is spilling all the beans. I don't know what's going on. So everybody saw the video that Big Judah and Big Levi posted with him talking about the Zodiacs, but he had another video that I posted, and he is dropping the dirt on the Olympic spirits. He called it the ancient spirits. He said the ancient spirits have returned. And I was like, the ancient spirits have returned? What? That's the Olympic spirits. I know it is. So I have a video that I've been trying to record for all of 2 days on this. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done tomorrow. Shalom, shalom. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done tomorrow and get it out there. But yeah, if you go back and listen to Perry Stone's video that he just posted, he is literally, yeah, for once he's giving up the goods. I don't know what's going on. He is talking about the Olympic spirits. It is really, really shocking that he's the one that's talking about it. Nobody else, no coverage except for Perry Stone. And he's talking about him in a negative way, but that's only because, as I mentioned, I just want to reinforce the way when the Gentiles interact with these spirits, everything they do is backwards. So literally, these Gentiles and these heathens have been interacting with these spirits, and they are being sent demons due to the darkness in their own hearts. They're being sent demons. And so what are they doing with that? They are, since they know the names of the spirits, they're saying that those spirits are actually angels when they're deliberately being sent demons. Over and over and over again, they're being sent demons. And they are so out of touch with reality. They think these entities are angels. That's how backwards the Gentiles are. And so Revelation 12 talks about the serpent, which we know the serpent is the mother, with 7 heads, planets, and 10 horns, or the Sephiroth. You're talking about the mother's tree of life. That's what that is. That's what that is. And when you read the story, I'm going to talk about this in an actual video, but when you read that story, you will start to see how all of these things go together, and it's really hard to unsee it. So yeah, Perry Stone gave me the drop on Revelation 12 because I was like, well, where are the Olympic spirits in the Bible? Because it's that's a point. If these spirits are as old as the Bible, where are they in the Bible? And so once you start, I wouldn't have been able to find that had, I had to give Perry Stone some credit, man. I would have never put that together until I read it. I was like, wait, a serpent with 7 heads and 10 horns. Immediately I was like, oh, that's the planets, and then that's the Sephiroth. Like immediately those numbers jumped out, like he was saying it just to me. I said, this is amazing. So you have, that kind of stuff going on. And this is kind of this I'm gonna make a comment on Shavi Zane's video, which I also posted, is that she was talking about how there's like a slingshot energy, right? And so with the slingshot, it gets stretched back and then it gets let go and pop. So what I observed is that we had the slingshot being pulled back with the whole Tyree Nichols thing, and we got that huge cold snap. So that was the slingshot being pulled back, and then with this earthquake, I guess that's kind of like the actual impact of the energy that was pulled back, and it slinged right around the planet and landed in Turkey and Syria, and those people are getting messed up. So we can now observe that if when they continue to traumatize the black woman, one of the things that's going to happen is that it's going to come back on them 100 times over. And I know Big Levi said that, but now we have an observation of what that looks like. So they killed one of our people, and I think it's over 8,000 people dead in Pakistan or Syria, wherever that thing is, Turkey. I think it's Turkey, yeah. It's like over 8,000 people dead there. You know what I mean? It's a lot. So they're going to keep doing this stuff to our people, and it's just going to be like a slingshot. We'll get a little something here, that will rile everybody up, but when that thing gets released, poop, it's just going to tear everybody, other people up in other places. So that's just something for people to observe and keep an eye on. See how those things continue to play out. um And another thing that I noticed so far, I mean, this fast hasn't even been a whole 2 weeks. Maybe it has been a whole 2 weeks, but it's just you can see the impacts right away. So as far as of course my tarot spiral, ooh, I'll show it here. We're in which energy? Not that on that side. It's on this side. All right. We're in this energy here. This energy here. This slice. As you can see, that's Aquarius, and we have the moon, and then the sun, and then the magician. This is the dark to light energy, right? And so in this dark to light energy, what I notice is that and then I will talk about this is the energy that we're coming into next. Wait, this is the energy that we're in right now, and this one we're coming into next. It's backwards. So this is the I think that's a 7 or the 8. That's the 6, and then we're coming into 7 energy in the next few days. So what I notice as far as the dark to light is the dark to light kind of exposure is that a lot of things that I personally had buried inside myself have been coming out. Like, um, you know, I think I talked about this, but I remembered after one of the sisters said something to me, I remember that I used to always get chased by dogs when I was a child. Every time I turned around, I was getting chased by dogs. It was mean dogs on my road. It was, it was always some kind of, you know, aggressive animal chasing me. And I didn't realize I was like still behaving as if I was being chased around by these animals. And so, um, you know, one thing that I've had to work on is to just be able to say to myself, like, there's nobody chasing me. And even if there was someone chasing me, I know how to stop them. I got plenty of protection. I got lots of words of power. I got lots of entities here that's not going to allow, anything. So there's no reason to be, running around like there's an issue. And so that's how I noticed that dark to light energy has been coming out. It's almost like purging stuff from deep within yourself. So that's why this whole push to work on your shadow, encouraging people to take that really, really seriously and do what they can, because that's what's coming up. All of this, you know, the dregs of our shadow is coming out, and so if we deal with that, like I was talking about in the golden calf video, if we deal with that, then that's going to be, like permanently purged from us. It's like, and I also want to mention, just so you guys get the visual on this too, right now here we're in Pentacles energy, right? Everybody sees all the coins, right? Coins, coins, coins everywhere, right? We're in Pentacles energy. Next energy coming up is sticks. Okay, y'all see all the sticks? We've got sticks and sticks and sticks and sticks. It's a lot of sticks energy, okay? And I want you guys to see that, because here's the thing. You learn the lesson now. During Pentacles energy, the Most High is in a very giving mood, loving mood, all of that. Money, I think I said this to a sister, a lot of the problems that we have go away when you have money. It's not that the problems solve the money, it's that the problems, you can't have the same problems if you have money as you don't. So, right now the Most High he's got, his hand out. He's giving all kinds of handouts. Okay? When the sticks energy come, one of two options. And I'm going to keep saying it because it's really, really important. You learn the lesson now. You get the lesson now. Because if not, that stick can be used to build your house, or it can be used to beat you down. And you really have one of two options. You're either going to get built up by the wand's energy, or you're going to get knocked over the head. There's only two options. There's only two ways that can go. It's just same thing with the Pentacles energy. Either you're accepting what the Most High is trying to give you right now, i.e. learning the lessons in love and in a very comforting type of way, or you are getting every penny snatched from you as possible. You're not going to have nothing left. It's only two options. No, you don't want to be beat by the stick anyway, man. I mean, if there's some people out here who really insist on learning lessons the hard way, more power to you. All I'm suggesting is whatever the angels, the Most High is bringing to you to work on, the mother, work on it now, get it out the way, deal with it. Because if not, the energy that's coming next is going to be very, very, very harsh. It's not nice, warm, fuzzy, loving kindness energy coming in. It's somebody needs to be whooped. Somebody's tail needs to be whooped over this. That's what's coming next. Not warm, kind, loving energy. No, that's not what's going to happen. And that was the story in the golden calf too, because when Aaron was there and these people were asking for a golden image or whatever, Aaron placated them. He was like, okay, well, just give me your earrings. We'll do a little something, and we'll just see, we'll just give you something, right? I definitely don't like it. we'll just give you a little something so y'all will to placate you, people, right? What did Moses do when he came back and saw what they was doing? Man, he said, cut their heads off, take their swords, slice them up. They got to go. 3,000 people were no more. So just keep that in mind. Aaron, he tried to give them a nice, easy way, to learn the lesson and all of that. Moses came in, 3,000 was gone. So this the energy that's coming in, and the energy goes in this cycle of, abundance and then lack, or it's kind of like it's not abundance and then lack. It's easy lesson and then hard lesson. Or if you get the easy lesson the right way, then you have elevation. So you're either getting an easy lesson and an elevation, or you're getting an easy lesson and a demotion. And it goes like that until you stop taking L's. You know what I mean? Yeah, until you stop taking L's. I mean, we all remember we are creating our own oppressors. That's really what we have to keep in mind. And if we're creating our own oppressors by choosing to take the hard way when the Most High has given us an easy way, means that we're choosing to be oppressed. We can't blame that on anybody else. If your life is not getting better, that's because you don't think you deserve it. And that's one another thing that we, as we have to stop being so hard on ourselves. Not only have the whole world been hard on us forever, which is true. Not only that, then we turn around and be hard on ourselves. That's not helpful. Even if you were wrong, an apology goes a long way, but you don't have to hold it against yourself because you were wrong about something. It's almost like the Willie Lynch letter, like that contract was canceled. So we got rid of the spiritual binding that was holding that thing together. But now we have to really work on the physical aspects of that, the physical removal of that contract, which is, not self perpetuating our own hate. Because it's not the Gentiles that are teaching us to hate ourselves. We're self perpetuating our own hate by being so hard on ourselves. Like I was telling, a lady this morning, she was like, well, I snap on people and it's bad. And I was like, well, it's not really necessarily a bad thing. And she said, well, I just don't want to feel like a bully and this and that. And I was just saying to her, like, at times that we need people like that. So you don't want to be down on yourself for that. Now, can you know what situation? Can you be better at when to use that? Absolutely. But that is really beside the point, because it may be necessary for you to snap on somebody at a time. It may be ordained for you to snap on that person if you're a person who snaps on people. So don't feel bad that you did it when in fact that's what was necessary for that time. Like, we are really guided by the Most High and the angels and the mother and all of that. And so even if you look back at that story of the golden calf, you could say, well, why would Aaron take their earrings and say he was going to build them something? Why would he even do that? Or you could say Aaron was trying to buy time. So had he not said he was going to do something, they probably would have just killed him. I mean, that's the problem when you deal with mixed multitudes, right? Because you never know whether you don't know what side of the mixed multitudes you're going to get. And you know how the 2/3 are. You tell them no too much, they telling you come up out that coat. I swear this have not happened since the 90s. In DC, uptown, two people got robbed for their coats. I I was flabbergasted when I saw that. I'm like, they're robbing people for coats again? This is the 90s all over. I mean, robbing people for coats? When they gonna start stealing shoes? I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. So you know how our people are. They start to suffer it a little bit. Next thing you know, they coming to take everything you got. So Aaron probably thought, hey, if I don't do something, these people are going to kill me, because I know how they are. They get into their emotions, and we got this mixed group here. We got to do something. And he just did something. That's how he did it. So this is why, I'm saying to our women, especially, like, don't be so hard on yourself about, your life, because if you had not done what you done at the time that you done it, then it may have had an adverse effect. Now that we know about the spiral, just understand that you don't have to learn the lessons the hard way. You can learn the lessons the easy way. But if in your past you chose to learn the lessons the hard way, that's not bad. If you went off on people, if you were running the streets, whatever, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You need all those skills moving forward. We just have to understand that those are our building blocks. Those made us who we are. And it's okay. It's not the end of the world to have a history and to have a background. That doesn't even make any sense, because everybody has a history. Everybody has a background. The Most High can take whatever vessel he wants and use that vessel whatever way he says he wants to use it. And it's not up to us to choose. The Most High choose who he wants to use. Why the Most High will pick me is beyond my understanding, because I'm an angry millennial. I'm prone to, mild fits of rage, and in general, I'm completely distrustful of any authority. So why the Most High would want to use a person like me, I don't know. But I'm not. I don't question the Most High. He gives me, the work to do, and I just do it. And that's how we have to look at it. The Most High gives us the work to do, and we just go and do it. We don't have to be all like, oh, well, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm too old, I'm too this, I'm too that. It don't matter. The Most High chooses his vessels, and he is the one who has the final say. So whatever he chooses is whatever he chooses. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Just stand in your strength and in your power. Our words are very, very powerful. So if a lot of our women are saying things like, I should have did this, I should have did that, it's irrelevant. We only live in the present moment. I don't know if I've said this on camera before, but according to the science that they can measure, every 22 no every 1 second, every 1 second, 22,000 times we dematerialize and rematerialize. Every second, 22,000 times. So our words are so powerful, because as we're saying them, we're popping in and out of existence. And so what you say in this moment is going to rematerialize in the existence that comes up next. And so if you have a habit of saying, my life is terrible, and stuff like that, as you dematerialize and rematerialize, you're going to bring in more of your life being terrible. And so that's why it's important to say mantras, to get some good mantras to say in the morning, to do your breathing exercises, and to, other kinds of, calming, meditative things. And something I did suggest to one of the sisters is to observe your reactions, because a lot of times we don't necessarily see how we react to things. We assume that we reacted a certain way, but we can't really see it. And it's crazy, because I posted a video from Sam the Illusionist, and he actually said the same exact thing. In order to ascend faster, you need to be able to observe yourself. And as you observe yourself, it actually helps you to ascend faster, which is basically the same thing as observing your reactions. He's talking about doing it at a different time, but it's the same thing. If you can step outside of yourself and observe your actual day-to-day activity, you know, it keeps you in the present moment, and it also allows you to see when you're doing things that you don't know that you're doing. So everything that you do should be you should be fully conscious of it. And when you observe your activities, you observe yourself from the outside looking in, then your everyday activities start to, they get better. They start to mesh together better. So I definitely suggest that, I posted his video. It's the last video from Sam the Illusionist, and I think he was talking with the Pleiadians. And another thing about that I also notice now, they're really paying attention to us, because now that people like me and the other sisters who watch Sam the Illusionist, we got these Pleiadians and whatever groups he communicate with. They're now communicating with us through him, because they said some stuff that was like, "Oh, that message was for us." That message, like observing your emotions. I just said that to somebody. Then these entities come in and they say the same thing. That's how you ascend faster. I didn't know that's the reason why you did it. I just thought it was because you want to, it's easier to see how you're really reacting to stuff if you observe yourself from the outside. Then they come through in their message and say, "Oh, well, that's how you ascend faster." Or another thing they said in their message was, "Oh, if you want to use 100% of your brain capacity, number one, you have to believe that you can use 100% of your brain capacity, and you have to say that you have full access to your brain capacity, and then you will have access to it, which means our words are powerful." That's not for them. Those messages are now for us. So everywhere we go, we come in and we take over, and that is no exception. We have come into these people, these Gentiles, little videos, and we're taking over. And that same thing with the other guy, Post Repo Man. He thinks that he's getting all this divine stuff, because of his, whatever he's been working on. He have no idea. Since we started paying attention to his videos, he started getting more information. That's correct. And this has been, now this is like 4, 5, 6 channels of Gentiles, not our people. It's not happening the same way with our people, but with the Gentiles, this is 3, 4, 5, 6 channels. Every time we go and start watching their videos, their messages are now tailored to us. The ones who are the seekers, the daughters, their messages are for us. When we start paying attention to them, they start giving their messages to us. And that's good. That's the way it should be. But it's interesting to see this happen in real time and know that, that's going to be amplified, as we move on to our fast. So one of the things Repo Man is really looking into, there's on his timeline, it's pretty similar to the Enoch timeline. But on his timeline, there's always a 1 day discrepancy. And he does not know where this day is. It's somewhere between Christmas and our New Year. There's a 1 day discrepancy. And it always throws his calendar off by 1 day. And that's because the day the Most High held the sun, so that Joshua could win the battle, that's the day he calls it Joshua's long day. That's the day that keeps throwing off his timeline. So I wouldn't be surprised in the next week or two he figures out where that day is. But that's only because I'm interested to know where that day is. And it's got to be a spiritual significance or something that we could be doing to amplify that energy. So I will be interested to know when that day is. And I'm sure now he's going to come out with it. It's going to be great, because when I first started watching his videos, he was still operating on like 5 different timelines, trying to see which one was the right one. And now he's down to one timeline. He said this timeline is right. These things line up every single year. Blah, 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 blah. It only took, you know, us to start watching and paying attention and drawing attention to his timeline for things to start to shake out. So, um, let's see. What else did I want to talk about? Let's just pull some cards. That's what we will talk about. Let's see what this energy is coming up for the rest of our fast this week. I have my mahogany tarot cards, which, like I mentioned before, if you get the see, if you get the regular tarot cards, they're actually black too. Because I told you the lady who made the original pictures were black. They're just not real dark skinned, but there's all our people on these cards. They just changed the colors. Rider Waite, he lightened Rider, the printer, he lightened them. So what's the energy for our upcoming week? This is Monday. This is a good time to check. Energy check. This is a temperature check. What's our energy for the upcoming week? Or some things we need to watch out for. Let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know if those were supposed to come out or not. I don't think so. Let's see. Let's see. What's the energy for the upcoming week? Now remember, we're still in seven of yeah, we're still in seven or six. I can't even see my thing. Uh oh yeah, we're in six of Pentacles energy for a few more days, and then we'll be coming up on seven. Which seven is a good number for us. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got the Page of Swords in reverse. Page of Swords in reverse. Oh, we've got the Five of Cups. And then we've got the Six of Cups. The Five, Page of Swords. So, the Page of Swords was in Sagittarius, and that was in reverse. And then the Five of Cups is, okay, so we have to make sure that we don't get caught up looking back at things from the past and applying those things to us. The reason why I say that is, if you look at this Page of Swords in reverse, just start with this one. The pages, the all the page cards are the young cards, like they're the younger version of the king. First you're a page, then you're a king. You know, it's not, you don't go from knight to king, go from page to king. And so, and like I said, the swords card is it's more aggressive. So like when you, swords energy is just, it's either going to sculpt you into your, you know, perfect form, or it's just going to cut you all up. And because it's in reverse, it's telling me, you know, this is a situation from, you know, when you were young, or me, or whatever. This is a situation from when we were young, and this situation has, it's been out of order. It has cut us all up, right? And so instead of being able to see that we have two cups that are upright in this picture, this is the Five of Cups. We're just focused on this these three spilt cups, and we're not even paying attention to these two cups that are upright. And you know, five energy is also kind of like that energy of, you know, the five pointed star, the microcosm. So that's definitely on a small scale. So that's us. That these this is personal. This is personal. We have to personally make sure we don't take those things that happened to us in the past that cut us up, and focus our attention on them, because we have these two of cups that are right behind us, and then that's reinforced. If we can overcome this part of not looking at the past and holding the past to ourselves today, then we have this. This is four. No, this is Six of Cups. Then we have this Six of Cups energy, where you have a some kind of a person that is giving you an overflowing cup. Plus you have all these other overflowing cups right here. You know, and six energy is the energy of the mother. So, you know, it's a feminine energy. Basically, 3, 6, and 9 is all kind of like the same energy. So if we can overcome this part right here, because obviously some kind of bad energy is going to get thrown back in our face, right? And it's just going to give us, aka shadow, exactly. If we can do the shadow work on whatever these painful things that happened to us in our past that cut us up, so that we're not focused on them, and that we see this, the good side of it, like I just said, then the Most High has His hands out. As I just said, the Most High has His hands out to give us, the desires of our hearts. But if we don't, that's if we don't get caught up on this, because it's really easy. Oh, I hate when that happens. It's really easy to get caught up on in the shadow work of thinking that you are your shadow. You're not your shadow. Like I say, you can pick up a little piece of it when you need it. You use it how you need to use it, but we are not our shadow. We're not. That's not who we are. We are more than that, and our shadow doesn't define us. But in this case, your shadow, look at that. That even looks like a shadow. Your shadow can keep you from your blessing, because you got this guy covered in his shadow. He's covered in his whole entire shadow from head to toe. Can't even see this back here because he's so covered in his shadow. And that's, you want to get out of this place and get to this place where the cups run over. You have overflowing cups with beautiful things, you know, and somebody's giving them to you. You're not doing anything. You just walked up to them. That girl, she didn't have money in her hands or anything like that. She just walked up to this guy and he's giving her a cup full of stuff. That's the energy we want to get into, and that's the energy we have access to if you don't get stuck in this shadow energy, right? And that makes sense. Let me see what we got on the bottom of the deck. Right. Because guess what's coming to town next? This was on the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up. This is the energy we're coming into next. That's because we are the queen on the throne. This is us. We're the queen on the throne. Plus, this is the energy we're coming into next. So if you can overcome all of these things, if you can overcome all of these things, this is what we're gonna have access to this. I have been saying our powers are going to be turned on. This is the energy we're coming into, where we're getting prepared. I mean, if you look at the story of Esther, and I definitely highly suggest finding an avatar woman in the Bible, of the few women that they do have, but finding an avatar in the Bible and really connecting with that. So if you look at the story of Esther, in order for her to compete for becoming the queen, it took her 7 or 9 years of preparation. She had to be prepared. She had to be taught how to be like a queen. She had to be taught everything just to get, have the option, the chance to be made queen. She had to really learn it. You know what I mean? And if we are going to be made, if the daughters are going to be elevated back to our position that we once held, the Sibyls, as it were, um, that means that we have to be prepared. We have to be prepared. And so if we have to be prepared, if this is going to be us, you don't wake up and just be the empress. You don't wake up and just be the empress. What you do is you get prepared. You have a season of training. And because this is the next energy that we're coming into, I'm just going to say that when we go into Pisces, that's when we're going to be in our princess in training energy, our Sybil in training energy, because that spirit is coming, and it's not the spirit of Elijah that's coming. It's not the spirit of Elijah that's coming. It's the spirit. It's the black dove. The black dove is not coming to go to be participate with no man. It's just not. I'm not. There's nothing. I'm not saying there's anything bad about the men. I'm just saying that's not what's going to happen. The black dove is coming for us. You know what I mean? It's coming to to make its home with us in our heart, and there's a lot of stuff that points to that being true. So now this is telling me we're getting ready to go into our actual training. We're getting ready to be, you know that glamour magic and stuff like that. That's going to be real key in the next, because this is a beautiful black woman, and she's not. And just like in the regular card, too, she ain't wearing no tight clothes. She don't look like no prostitute or nothing like that. That looks like a queen. And it's clear that it's a woman. Again, there's no, that's a woman. It's clear that it's a woman, a woman empress, not a male empress, a woman, not an emperor. The emperor is not even on the wheel. On my wheel, he's not on the wheel. He's the center of the wheel. So ain't no emperors in sight. Only empresses. Yeah, a year. It's a long time. So if we're going to be, the bride, if we're going to be the bride, if we're going to be the bride, we got to get ready. We have to be prepared. And the angels know that they have to prepare us, because we have no way of knowing any of this stuff. Any of this stuff we don't know. There's no way for us to know. And so that's the energy that we're coming into next. But the elephant in the room is the shadow. We really have to take dealing with our shadow really seriously, and at the cups that are full, and not focus at the cups that are spilled. The cups that are spilled are there. No one's saying ignore the cups. It's just that we also have cups that are still full, and maybe it's more cups that are spilled than cups that are full. That's fine, because right behind it we got 6 overflowing cups. So you're going to cry over 3 spilled cups. You're going to miss celebrating your 6 full cups. And the fact that that's a 3, there's 3 down and then there's 6 up, that's not by coincidence. That's a clear message. Don't worry about it. It's a double portion. That's the message. It's a double portion. It's a double. You're going to get double what was taken from you. You see, if you deal with this shadow, you getting double, okay? So I know I have a double portion. Now, basically, we're about to get all trained up. Most High is getting ready to elevate us to the next level so we can be prepared to go into training. Because the training, I tell y'all, I don't think it's going to be easy. I think this fast is probably the last easy thing that we do for the next year. Everything from here is going to be, it's going to be fun, but it's going to be something. It's going to be a big spiritual, it's going to be a big spiritual thing. I know I have a double portion, man. I know it. Hey, I can't make this up. This is what's in the pictures. This is what's in the pictures. I can't do this. I can't. And even this, the Page of Swords, he's the one man, the men that are in here. What are the men doing? This man is out of order. This man is crazy looking. And this man is serving the girl. So this ain't for the men. You know, this is why I want to do a message for the men. I'm not really sure what to tell them, except they need to just do the best that they can to support the women that are out here, because we're going through a lot of changes. And when our powers are turned on, we're suited up, in in the armor that the Most High is going to have to give us to protect us from these heathens. Um, the Most High is going to have to protect us. That's why we have to, make sure that we're not idolizing our children or idolizing any man, and, preparing ourselves for what's coming up next, because, we're up next. There's nobody coming to save us. It's us, and then it's us again. There's nobody else coming. There's nobody else coming to save us. Everybody keeps looking for the brothers, their over self, and all of that. Ain't no brothers coming if ain't no sisters to save. And if we don't get ourselves together and make ourselves, prepared as the bride, make sure our cups are full. That's another thing. How can you be the bride and you got to empty, um, you out of oil? You know what I mean? We gotta be filled up. We gotta be filled up. But first, we have to recognize that doesn't matter about these 3 cups that are spilled over. These cups that are spilled are irrelevant because we've got a double portion waiting for us on the back end. So we do the shadow work. The double portion is right there. We're going straight into the Empress. We're going straight into our training. So it's really important now, like all the ladies have been saying, to work on our shadows and really get that in check. Really make sure that you're not carrying any unnecessary baggage, and you're prepared to you know turn your children over to the Most High, let them do what needs to be done and stuff like that. And the better prepared we are emotionally for this change that is coming, the better. And it doesn't mean that you have to give up your children or anything like that. It's just you got to really say, whatever the Most High wants me to do with them, that's what is going to be done. And I'm not going to get in the way of that. And you have to kind of feel like that about everything. Like, whatever the Most High wants me to do, that's fine. I mean, I have standards. I'm not out here working for free. So, for the Most High, he gonna have to pay what he owe. But at the same time, I'm not like telling the Most High how he got to do it. Do it however you want to. I don't. I'm not attached to how my stuff is taken care of. That's why I don't have a job. I'm not attached to. If you want to give it to me with a job, that's fine. I'll get a job. If you insist, whatever. I'm not attached to how I get what the Most High has for me. One thing I am attached to is, you know, doing what the Most High tells me to do, doing what I can do to help the mother, helping the angels the best way that I can with what I have, and putting the word out there on how we can prepare ourselves for this thing. Because, hey, we about to be, it's about, this is coming. This was already coming because it's in our next slice, but now we know it's coming for us. Specifically, this is coming for us. We about to be elevated. So just get ready, man. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything different than what you're doing right now. It's a mental thing. Get yourself mentally prepared to be elevated, because when they come looking to us, oh, we need to hire some black women. Oh, we want to give away free trips to black women to go on trips or whatever, because they know if they have us on their cruise ships and on our planes and in their countries and stuff like that, us black women, if they have us there, their country might be spared. If they had some more black people in Turkey, maybe their country would have got spared. But they ain't got none of our people over there. That's how you know it's not our people over there, because look at their country. Look at all these places. If they had more of our people over there, they might have got spared, because the Most High is not taking out our people, not our women. So all they can do is I don't know. I mean, this stuff is so crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm going to get myself in the bed. I did want to take a few minutes and chit chat, and depending on when everybody's live schedule is for next week, we'll see if it'll be Saturday or yeah, my bags are already packed. All they got to do is say the word. Oh, free cruises up. Give me that drink package. Let me get the Wi-Fi package. We're all good. Just put me on the boat. I'll stay on the boat. I love cruising. So, to the spirits who are here with us, you're invited to go in peace. To my beloved viewers, you're invited to be at peace. And always remember, the Most High is your peace. Shalom, everyone.